The 2024 Game Awards came and went, but one thing stuck with me. That weird Slop game that appeared in front of millions of people. And I thought nothing of it, as I instantly forgot about it, and so I saw a lot more people keep posting about it. This led me down an interesting rabbit hole, cause get it, I'm a rabbit. That showed me a lot more than I was expecting. Hello, I'm Dovin, this is my good friend Chloe, who reads things sometimes. So let's dive into Catly, and later on I go into some fan responses of what people thought about this thing, cause I like asking people what they think of it. Let's go. So, if you don't know what the Game Awards are, basically it's a bunch of ads with awards piecing everything together. Companies pay good money to advertise their game, and one such game would be Catly. It was one of those instant clicks after watching it that something was off. It had all CGI rendered animation of cats in fashion, showing nothing really about the game. What we do know is it's going to be on Steam, Apple Watch, and even the Switch. The latter two being weird, as it's supposed to be a game focusing on photorealism, and the Switch isn't really known for that. Next to the fact is we don't really know who makes the game. Rather, the only other words shown besides Catly were copyrights that had the respective logos of the platforms the game would be on. But also, yeah, what's the game about? What are we exactly doing here? What are we doing in this game? This Catly game? For a frame of reference, Infinity Nikki was a game airing at the Game Awards as well. It's a mobile game about dressing up, flying around, and doing fun things. And if you look up from your drawing tablet for just a little second, you can actually see that Infinity Nikki is a real game. Even if it's a mobile-only game, the bare minimum is to show actual gameplay footage, and Catly couldn't do that. Not even Apple footage, I guess. Going to Twitter, the Catly people paid a bunch of creators to promote their mysterious game. Some Japanese creators my international viewers might know about, and for Western audiences, like me, we have Felicia Day, Ninja, and even Pokimane. Now, out of all of them, only Pokimane would apologize and delete their tweets after people talked about how bad the game was. My best guess is that their management saw an easy paycheck to tweet about and didn't really look into it. Though considering only Pokimane deleted their tweets and Ninja didn't, that's just something to think about. The Catly website shows much of the same, nothing really. The name of the studio seemingly isn't mentioned at all, and the only person credited is who made the website's music, created by Akira Senju. Actually, if you click the privacy policy, oh look, there they are, the people who made the game. Clicking on the Apple Watch link, we expect to see this released June 1st, 2025, but obviously I highly doubt that. And for the description it says,
redefining companionship with beautiful, beautiful cats.
And
this content may change without notice, and the final product may be different.
But here we can actually see who made the game, Super Authentic. We also see the name show up on Steam, as well as a few more details about the game. It's a single and online co-op, online PvP, MMO, full controller support with Xbox, PlayStation, and other controllers. Looking further into the store page, all the gifts we see are from the trailer, and still nothing really proving this is a real game. Now, Steam has a clause to let people know that if your game has AI, you have to tell people, and I suppose because this game doesn't really exist yet, it doesn't have that label yet. But hold on, the company had enough of everyone calling this game AI slop. So in an interview with IGN, a PR representative assured that no generative AI was used to make the trailer, and that
we do not think there are any existing AI tools that can produce a video like that. Industry experts have echoed this opinion, they say in the most AI-generated way possible.
That of course didn't answer the question if they used Gen AI for the designs, obviously. In fact, a good chunk of the article is trying to reassure the IGN interviewer that no, we didn't use AI for the trailer, and they showed how they edited it. They also went on to say this is not a blockchain game at all, nor there are NFTs, and the company has never issued a blockchain currency or NFTs. Alright man, we're gonna keep that in mind for later, very soon actually. The game will be made with Unreal Engine 5, but as per the article, no proof of that was really given. And in fact, a bunch of the older images were removed from the website, and they didn't respond whether or not the images on the website or Steam used AI. So the article proved nothing, like really nothing, I guess. Like I mentioned before about the NFTs in crypto, this isn't the first time the company has made a game. One of the co-founders, Kevin Yoon, founded a company called 10th Planet. This has direct ties making blockchain and NFT games such as Mech Angel and Aeon Meow. And upon my research, I couldn't actually find out if these games were ever actually released. In fact, the trailer for Mech Angel was really taken down at some point, but luckily public trademarks show that Kevin and his company own the names and logos for Catly, Super Authentic, as well as Aeon Meow and Mech Angel. So the PR representative is telling the truth that, yeah, this company didn't use any blockchain era stuff, but the previous company probably did. No, probably they did. The elusive Kevin has also scrubbed his LinkedIn page as people went digging the co-founder's past. It's mostly thanks to people like NotPressyB who actually dived into, well, who made the game. You know, this actually gives me a lot of hope for the game, like generally. You know, that how virtually no one wants their names out in the project, and the people behind it are super into NFTs, blockchains, and crypto, and the moment you look into it, they delete everything. Now, I already made a video about Shogai Coin, how crypto affected that creator, but needless to say, getting mixed up in this sort of stuff never really ends well. well. But what will end up well is if you like and subscribe. Also leave it in the comments because I do read those. Yep, I read all of your comments, all of them. I like reading them, even the ones I'm not supposed to read. Perhaps I could imagine a world where this game would actually release. With all the promises they have, the fact that they called this an MMO is just laughable. For a game like this to work, you could have a modernized version of the 10 Dogs approach with designing your own house, and perhaps like Animal Crossing, you can fly over to the location and check out the cats, fashion, and homes. So not really an MMO, but more of a closed-off experience that you could optionally visit other people. Also, there's that sort of weird PvP thing, so I could assume that the cats are just going to be used to fight each other. Cat fights and everything. But that's just the game. If they utilize generative AI, it would have to be disclosed somewhere. And that part makes the experience cheaper and less creative overall. That in this appreciation for fashion and cats, to let the computer do all the work in design makes me question how much someone would actually want to invest emotionally or monetarily. It's like that Windows Copilot ad with Marvel's Brave New World. In it, we see a guy using generative AI to redesign Sam Wilson's suit. But as you know, a big part of the hero's journey is for the hero to create their own suit. So to see someone lazily use a computer to make an outfit really cheapens the experience. But going back to gaming, this actually goes further for the Gen AI stuff, such as Oasis, which is a generative AI Minecraft-like experience that forgets where you are the moment you look up. I guess people saw the press button make cartoon thing and tried to take it literally. I've seen people create AI Slop with image generators, and even little scenes stitched together. But if the creator themselves didn't really put a lot of effort into making it, why should I, the consumer, either pay money to see it or even spend time just looking at it? This isn't art, and this shouldn't have the time of day to be played, especially paying money for. For gaming, EA has said that AI is at the very core of their business, and Call of Duty had started to seemingly add AI-generated content to the stores. It is going to be up to the consumer to call this out and refuse to purchase it. If not, it sends a bad precedent that audiences don't actually care who makes the product, while at the same time, companies are charging even more for games. But why pay more for a game when the employees aren't getting any money because someone else is using generative AI to make the thing that you bought? You see what I mean? But to see this game seemingly use generative AI, get all the way up to the Game Awards, and want to stand aside actual game designers and creators is a slap in the face to the entire gaming industry. And to see their lukewarm response trying to prove that no, we don't use generative AI ever, but also trying to hide their past is something that would lead anyone to be suspicious of the project. But thankfully, people weren't accepting of the game. In fact, I've seen people review bomb the game on Steam and constantly make fun of it to the post made on the Catly Twitter account. The Twitter account, of course, is paying $1,000 a month for that gold checkmark. Of course, this shouldn't be confused with Catly Token, a seemingly unrelated cryptocurrency, or this Catly web application for cat lovers. There's like a lot of things with the name Catly in it. Very unoriginal, I would say. On the topic of names, as a small little tangent, for some reason they call the Apple Watch the Apple iWatch? I'm not sure why, but okay. Admittedly, it would be harder going forward with AI taking over social media to try to avoid it. And as a consumer, you have to see how your data is being used for AI. Personally, that's why I switched over to Blue Sky and even turned down YouTube's own AI scraping. I'm always going to be a human-first creator, and I always like to see when people create and draw things. And now on to the fan responses.
Reading the fellow comments here, it seems pretty not good. Anything visually made by AI is theft, speaking as an artist. AI is frustrating because it takes pieces from other artists and grinds it up into a strange, horrific mishmash. Art is the application of human skill and imagination to form something visual or performative. In my opinion, it's a fun concept of a game, but it's sad that it's probably a scam. I really love cats since they are very silly creatures, and a game like this sounds like something I would be interested in. But with it being AI, having ties to NFTs, AI, etc., it has scam written all over it. Definitely some sort of scam. And you can't even tell what the game is supposed to be about. Not even if you look on the Steam page. What's the plot? Who are these characters? What type of game is it even supposed to be? In my opinion, it's also a slap in the face for the Game Awards to advertise AI-generated slop when artists and voice actors in the industry have faced an unbelievable amount of layoffs this year. Hi, it's me, Chloe. I think AI is a very clear sign that you're garbage. In my opinion, AI is not always bad. It's great as a tool to help further your ideas and further inspiration, but if your final game that is being advertised still has any amount of AI content in it, yeah, no, like those people do not care about the thing that they're creating. They don't care about the hard work that's put into it. They just want to quickly release a product so that they can make money. And if you're gonna put your money somewhere, you should put it towards people who are actually trying hard to make something something beautiful and profound and entertaining and actually like say something or make people feel something instead of someone who just wants to make a quick buck.
In the end, everyone routed against Catley and their team, which was nice to see. And while this video has been released, we may start to find out more about the game as time goes on. In the coming months or years, we might see additional people come out of the woodwork to reveal more about the company. Actually, interesting enough, as I was editing this video, actual gameplay would finally be released. After updating the website and Steam page, we can now see what looks like a very early build of the game. We get to see the cats walking around, as well as a selection screen with a model and assets that don't quite match the UI. Like they were AI generated images with no mind for graphic design. Oh, actually there's a weird thing I saw in the selection screen. One of the models was mostly static until it put on a crown and seemingly gained life. For some reason they didn't move around the model like you can usually do in games like this, but of course that just could be a quirk, and this is very early on in the game's life cycle. And I won't rag on the graphics, as they seem fine for how early the game seemingly is, but it's weird they didn't just show us off the initial trailer. Actually, come to think of it, we still don't see anything about the human character, or even how one would design a building in the cat world. And for a smaller note, this was actually captured on PC, and now more than ever, I really want to see how it looks on the Switch. But lastly, as I mentioned before, this doesn't prove that they didn't use generative AI, rather that there at the very least exists a game that could be playable sometime in the future. And when they posted the gameplay on Twitter, a lot of the comments are still just making fun of it. And again asking, does this use AI? But who knows, maybe I'll be proven wrong, and this becomes the next World of Warcraft. But until that very real day, I'm gonna tell you to keep on drawing and enjoy art. Just go make some right now. If you aren't already drawing, go make something. Maybe a 3D thing, maybe a game. Go make it.